expectations and stuff like that. And then it's 100% up to the person that chooses to work with that particular person if they're willing to pay that or not. Pay for whatever the differences between it might be. That's all I was trying to say. I know it's very, very fucking hard to, like, get that out while it's in amongst the battle and shit, but so what I was trying to say is essentially if quality's the same, the only thing that should change is anything else in the background that's valid for it. Let's see, where else? It's close. Pretty much. That battle was nuts. I don't know what was going on. I feel like the guy with the car just went and parked up somewhere and just shot at me. I'm not sure. I think it was one of the bike. Because the way I see it, it's like food, for example. When I pay a lot of money, I expect good food or good quality food, and I wouldn't like it when I wait. Why is it when I wait so long, they need to pay them for the time and effort they spent on it, but the food is rather meh. Yeah, but what I was saying was that as long as the quality is the same at the beginning, like then the price difference is in all the other factors. But I know I wasn't communicating that very well. What's those called? Restaurant mate. That's why they cook their own food. Well, I don't know. If I'm going out to a restaurant, like I don't really see too much in the price of going out to an expensive place. I've been to some places that had like $15 meals that were literally better than some of the places that have like $100 fucking meal or something like that. It's like, goddamn, I'll eat like 4 or 5 of these $15 ones before I ever come back for the $100 ones. But again, wherever they are getting up the difference in the price in the background, I don't know. Maybe they have a really good supplier that's allowing them to get the ingredients cheap to begin with. Maybe they have a really great system in order that allows them to prepare a lot of the meals in advance. Or perhaps the $100 meal is prepared by somebody that has a special, what is it, the gastrology fucking, there's like a food degree thing where they're like a gastrologist or some shit like that. I don't know what it is. There's a special word that allows them to like pull apart ingredients and give you like tomato water and say that it's a dissected tomato or something. And that's expensive. I will fucking die on that hill about tomato water soup or whatever it was. Clarified tomato or something. It was not good. But anyway, if somebody out there would have found it, would have been a massive ability to make clear water, pure flavored tomato or something like that. It would have been like, wow, oh god, you made this thing, how cool, something. I don't know. I don't get special with food because like I eat to exist, not because like I'm fancy about it, whatever. There is somebody here and I don't know where they went. Let's see, there was a couple more big messages I was just catching up on. Let's see, I've read the food one, I've read the restaurant one. It's like, yeah, it does seem unfair, whatever, when someone's better comes along, but I think that works pretty much anything. But I do think people who achieve that level should be rewarded. I think so too, but unfortunately that's generally not how the world unfortunately works, because if you say have 2 people, like not so much working in say a restaurant, but if you have 2 people working in like an office job, for instance, one person has 10 years of experience and one person has a certificate which they spent 2 years working on to obtain. They apparently have the same level of experience, but one has spent more time manually learning it and the other one has gone through a process of being taught the information. I'm next to boot camp, that's why it's loud and rowdy. Alright, I don't want to be around there. What? Somebody's shooting at me. Actually, 2 people might be shooting at me. Get the fuck out of here. So yeah, unfortunately the 2 people won't necessarily get paid the same. Usually, like the younger person that has the certificate might get paid potentially equal to the person that has the 10 years real life experience, which means that the person that got the certificate may get paid more from the beginning, and therefore any kind of increases and stuff that they have throughout their working history will result in them being paid more at the 10-year mark than the person that did it manually. Again, that's time and effort and shit stuff. All this stuff is like bullshit to measure, and I think that's why it's kind of crap anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not going too deep into the fundamentals of that shit. I already have like argument for argument's sake about it. I just need to find something like a longer range gun. Essentially, it's not people who crank out 10 high-quality drawings a day, charging too much. It's who crank out 50 high-quality drawings. Let me get inside. I need a helmet, specifically. What was that? So essentially, it's not the people who crank out 10 high-quality drawings a day. It's the 50 high-quality drawings in the same time period, lowering the price to said quality because they got an overstock essentially since demand is the same. Yeah, that also happens too. If you're able to put out a lot of something and it allows for there to be like an overstock or something, that can happen too. That's true. Like I pretty much like base some of this information on the fact that I watch a couple of artists draw. And while they're both really, really quick, one of them has been going through like various motivational issues for like the last year or so. And so even though she can draw really quickly, she's got a massive backlog and stuff. And it's not really helping her. Whereas other people that can also draw quickly are keeping up with that backlog and shit. And kind of like, I don't know, I guess getting their products out there. Their whatever. I don't know how best to say that either, but this is kind of where I'm getting my thought process from, if it helps anybody. Let's see, what else was there? If the quality is the same, then I would rather still pay the same amount. Like, I do understand that there are some differences between like professional and not professional, but the quality should still be roughly the same. That's the thing, it then comes down to what the person wants. Like, for instance, some people have the belief that paying more for something means that it should be better, even if it's not, even if it's the same quality. This can go for anything, not just art, by the way. This can go for like peripherals, for computers, it can go for ingredients, whatever, right? But it doesn't necessarily change anything. It just makes the thing more expensive to begin with, which marks up the whole rest of the pricing in the background kind of thing. Obviously, some people are under the impression that price doesn't matter so long as the quality is good. I am one of those people that are like, I will look for the best quality item within a cheaper price range. And it may not be the best. It probably won't be the best. But it's the best that I can afford. Or are willing to pay and stuff like that. So I get what I get for that kind of quality, you know. But then again, like I said, everybody's different. So some people are going to be willing to pay a lot more for the reputation of somebody that's made something that somebody especially has. Like if you look at like the really big streamers, right? The really big VTubers and stuff. Like if you look at like their models and stuff, usually if you want a model from their artist, you have to pay a lot more money to get it. So that you can have it from the same place. Like stuff like that. So people think if something is more expensive, it's guaranteed to be better quality. Was it? Made me remember the one $10 washer bag that US military buys for, oh yeah, the 90,000 stuff. Oh yeah, look, that reminds me of the argument about the screws that go into the, what do you call it, the fighter jets. And they're made at a cost of whatever, but they're marked up like 1,000% or some shit, to the point where it's like, why the fuck are these so expensive? And it was like called into some kind of hearing. Oh, hello. I've got a bicycle. Don't drop my gun. Fuck you. Why did you pick up the other gun? The other gun had my fucking... I want this one back. Give me that. It makes no difference, but I'm taking that. Yeah, there was a really interesting fucking hearing about something like that. Yeah, my inventory, out of my inventory. I don't want that. I do want the grenade, and I do want the shoddy ammo. There we go. Now if somebody comes up to my window, I should be able to actually maybe kill them. And give me that. There's like 2 or 3 people around here. I know I've still missed... Shut that. Go upstairs and I'll see if we can kill this guy. There's like all sorts of fucking medical stuff around here. I want that, but I can't get it. I just want to see if I can get him from the front of the building without getting headshot. I'll probably get headshot up here, to be fair. I can hear him. There's a car I could take. Car would be pretty good on this map. I might grab that. See what I can carry. Since I've got the 6-9 scope, I mean, you know, might as well. Yeah, put that on there. I don't have a bump for it. It'd be fine. Get that out of my inventory. And I guess I'll need some of this stuff instead. Alright, so... Let's see. I think I read that one. Argue and be hypocritical here if we want, but at the end of the day, any human nature will choose lower price for some same quality 100% of the time. Not necessarily. If you ever happen to be friends with somebody that's particularly a bit daft, you're gonna find that they're gonna go out of their way to buy the most expensive item because it has some kind of a brand name on it, and they will swear black and blue that that item is much better quality than, say, let's put it into the category of handbags. They're going to say that a couple $100 handbag is much, much better than a $30 handbag, even though arguably I disagree. So, yeah. Unfortunately, human nature will do whatever the fuck humans are going to do. And each one of us thinks that we're doing something smart and logical, and that everybody else is doing something stupid. But that's understandably what a lot of us all actually doing, is whatever our personal preferences and choices are, we think and believe that they are the best, and everybody else is in some way wrong. So that's yeah. I'm just going to leave that with that, because I think most people will understand the dumb arguments that come from that. I think. Or at least I hope for the most part most people will get the kind of joking nature of what I'm trying to say. What? Like adding salt to spaghetti. I know you like adding stuff to spaghetti. You and your spaghetti wafer. I kind of want to run over there and attack them now that I'm in the zone. I might actually. Let's go that way. Let's go see what's going on over here. I guess not. It's out of the zone. Well, probably good thing I didn't go that way. What? Yeah, I've got that group following me. I'm not that keen to slow down for this. They're dumb because they don't add salt. That's okay. I don't mind getting called dumb or whatever. I don't add salt to spaghetti. So, if that makes me dumb, whatever. I just don't do it. Then again, I also can't cook spaghetti, so, you know. I did one actual, like, I'd had one supervised cooking where my cousin helped me from start to finish, and we got something edible for once. Because I have, like, this special ability with spaghetti specifically, and when I cook it, it turns into this, like, really gnarly smelling, tasting, like, glue type thing. I don't know how to describe it. If I could, I would, but it's terrible. No, well, I add salt to, like, water and stuff, but I'm thinking that a waiver is implying, like, after cooking it. Plus, like, there's so many different ways to do, like, sauces and shit as well. I'm hoping that the thing did not drop where I am, and based on where I am, I kind of want to go for a long run around here. What with spaghetti? I don't know. However, if you could see the war crimes that I do with spaghetti, I don't know how well you'd tolerate my existence. I really don't. Because the stuff that I have done to spaghetti in the name of cooking it, I'll tell you what. It's I take like your favorite food and I just absolutely destroy it with not even effort. Like it's just natural for me. I just can't. What's that? Yes, that sock is $2. Provides good thermal induction and it's durable. About the sock. Oh yeah, it's like bazillion dollars. There's the brand logo on it. Actually, have you seen? I saw something funny just the last couple of days where somebody was saying that they reckon that I think it's Balenciaga or something. I don't know what the brand is exactly, but apparently they reckon it's like a social experiment because of like the ridiculousness of the items that they're releasing that are super overpriced and people are still buying them. I tended to find that that was pretty funny. Once I saw some of the items, I'm like, yes, yeah, that does look like the case. It looks like, why would you buy this? Oh, I don't want to be here. I would like the level 3 gear. I don't want none of that shit. And the problem is, I'm out here running in the middle of nowhere. I want to grab the spike. I'm gonna get killed. Maybe. Maybe he didn't see me. If I can get to the spike, I can scoot off down the road. Hopefully get away from these two. When you're cooking it. Spaghetti with bread is weird. What? I didn't say I had it with bread. I've argued that same point a few times, the waiver. Let me get around to back here. Whoops. I didn't mean to hit that, but that's fine. I wonder if I can go in this doorway. Nope. It's fine, I guess. No. I've argued a few times with the concept of people making sandwiches out of spaghetti. Because, what do you call it? There was, I think Monkey really liked the concept of spaghetti sandwiches, and so did Grim. Oh, I'm outside the zone again. Fuck's sake. I'm like just perpetually just outside of it too. It's just frustrating. Let's see what else. What did I do? What the... Are we talking about the salt thing or are we talking about the bread thing? I'm not sure which. Whoa! You have to be... You gotta be on the tippy top of that mountain to be getting me like that. Yeah, that's a problem. They have to be like all the way up there or something, or up there, maybe. I didn't realize I was next to Camp Alpha, but that's fine. I could go along the waterline here. It's not too much of a deal. Yeah. About the salt in the water while cooking spaghetti. I thought it might have been that, but I just wanted to check because, like, if I take a little bit of time to keep up with messages and stuff, sometimes you might be responding to something I've said. Like, not you specifically, but, like, just people in general. Sometimes if I take a little bit too long. Oh. Okay. Ahead of me. That's a bit of an issue. What were you shooting with? I just kind of want to get a look on you. For fuck's sake. I was hoping I'd be able to see him from the back here, but I guess he's not back that far. This is a really bad ending spot. I don't care if you miss any of my messages, I understand. Nah, I like reading everybody's messages and stuff. Like, I've said that before, like, it always, like, upsets me a little bit if I miss somebody's message and I notice, like, ages later or something like that, and I'm like, oh, I missed this. I'm like, I don't want you to feel like I'm, like, ignoring you or something, because I'm not. I'm just trying to keep up. That sounds like a specific vehicle. I'm just going to move back a little bit down here. This is the only part I can logistically think is protecting me. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I'm normally, like, pretty good. It's, just depends what's going on in the game, how attentive I am and stuff like that in general. Because, like, I, like, legit just woke up at 9. Like, barely 2 hours ago. Like, I woke up, got dressed, came and, like, set up on my computer and then started streaming. That's how awake I am today. It's not very. A little bit less than usual is what I'd say. It's rare. It's okay to miss messages. It's not like playing Was that the duck watching simulator here? Yeah, no, that also as well. So funny thing is, like, I know, well, you guys don't really have any problem with me, like, missing a message and stuff like that. Every so often I get somebody new that literally cannot fucking deal with having a message miss. And I'm like, I'm playing a game. Like, oh yeah, hold on. Let me get changed over. Like I'm literally playing a game. I'm gonna miss something sometime, somewhere in some galaxy. So yeah, like it's quite possible to happen. But I will also get to it. It's alright. It's changing over now. Should just take a minute to load up. I've got to get up into the zone. Anyway. So like that, I guess that works too. I don't think they heard me. I wasn't going to win that, but they can have my grenade. That's fine. Yeah, no, so long as I can click over on the load button, it's fine. It will load up while I can keep playing and shit. But yeah, so far, out of interest, we've had the base form, we've had Lav with, I think, purple hair. We've had black dress and Minty with blonde hair so far. They're the combinations we've had with that, just to let you know. Double the head paddableness. It really is. It really, really is. There was more there, but hold on. Take me back to where I was. I'm getting all these like little box things. There we go. Now I have collected like fucking 9 of them. I'm not sure what this does. It does something. I really hate Neko girls because that one anime, but also love them. What, because of the anime that you shared with me? Did that have... I have to ask, does that have Neko girls in it? Because, like, I can't remember. Like, my brain is actively trying to curse that from my memory. No, I can't remember. I remember their expressions. I remember their expressions. And then the rest of it, my brain is actively trying to wipe. Any characters? Okay, yep. I thought so. You remember their expressions? Yeah, I do, because the drawing and stuff, like, it's not even just their faces. It's like how they moved and how they talked. I remember all of that. I just don't remember, like, the outer features or, like, colors or anything like that. Like, it's like I remember a lot of it in black and white kind of thing. I don't know why. There's a lot of anime with Neko girls. There really are a lot of animes with, like, cat girls and stuff in them. So funny thing is, like, I always find it's really, really interesting when, for instance, either I'm actively doing something or about to do something and somebody says that they don't like the specific thing that I've either just done or about to do. Because for me, it's always been like, oh, well, that's ironic timing and stuff like that. But yeah, I know you don't like them because of the show that you watched, and that's fair. I'm going to talk about Neko Sugar Girls. Yeah, it's on YouTube. If you want to see that, Keelon. I do not recommend watching it. Like, it's nothing sus that would, like, put you off watching it. It's just painful. Like, physically and psychologically painful to watch. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, Aweaver strongly recommended it to me, and I'm like, I'm not on recommending that to anybody. Now a nope out of here. Lol. I hate how they talk. Talk like damn Muppets. Actually, I kind of feel that way about, you know, when anime gets its English dub and stuff, right? I always kind of feel like everybody is so hostile all of a sudden. Because if you watch, like, the Japanese version of a lot of animes, a lot of it's kind of, like, sweet and or endearing, right? And then if you watch it in the English version, all of a sudden, everybody's, like, screaming and swearing, and it's like, what the fuck am I watching? You know? Or at least that's what I feel like it's like. It could just be, like, because since I've been an adult but when I was a kid, they still screamed and stuff. It just didn't seem as obvious, maybe. I don't know. As I love hate that anime. I think it's the best to watch with friends, except my friend made me want to suffer. Look, all I can say is anime is generally great to watch with friends and stuff. If you got friends that like the same anime and stuff as you, that's good. Because anime is such a varied topic in itself. Like, there's so many varieties of it. Especially like once you get older and stuff like that, there's a whole world of like, there's fucking psychological ones, there's like, what the fuck else is there? Actually, I need that ammo too. There's psychological, there's dark. Like, you can have magical girl genre, but it's also dark. Or you can have like light and fluffy, or you can have it like silly, you can have romance, no romance, like whatever. It's just a lot of fucking variety. Like, if you're only watching what's on TV, there's not a lot of variety. I will say that now, that if you're watching stuff from TV, TV's got like really, really low variety for some fucking reason. It's got to be as generic, fits to everybody kind of thing. But if you actually like watch your own personal preference and stuff, like either through a streaming service or like if friends and stuff have videos or whatever, like, yeah, you can actually get some good variety up. I don't like anime anymore. They do not interest me anymore. Oh, really? Did watch Dragon Ball like a few weeks ago, but that's because nostalgia and fighting. Oh, I'm so far away. I need to get a car. New anime is like too predictable or just weird. I do agree that a lot of anime is very predictable. There's got to be a garage around here somewhere. I'll get out onto the road and I'll see if I can find a car. I do find a lot of anime is quite predictable. There are a few new ones now that are not quite as predictable. Depends what it is though. Really does depend. I could take that if I had fuel, that'd be fun. Like, I watched a lot of like magical girl type animes and stuff originally. So for me, it's a lot of the same formula over and over again. But with slight twists, slight differences. These animes mostly copies of copying copies. They are. They really are. I strongly agree with that too. If you want original kind of animes, you gotta go back to like shit made from like the 90s and stuff, where each one has like its strong, there's people over there, a strong sort of founding concept and world building that they kind of stick with it. Like, I like the fact that, for anybody that knows what the fuck I'm talking about, Pokemon and Digimon ran at the same time on Australian TV, okay? And both of them were basically about worlds that had like little creatures that bonded with people, right? But both of them were so fucking different, strongly different in their own right, that it literally divided friendships. Because it's like, were you into Digimon or were you into Pokemon, right? And then you had shit like Yu-Gi-Oh come out, which was awesome and ridiculous. And, you know, I don't know what else there was. There was Dragon Ball, there was Sailor Moon, Card Captors. Is that a person? It looks like a person. It's probably a building. And it's a building. I thought you were going to crash in that railing. Like these things, you can kind of hit them on the right kind of angle and it'll get rid of them. I'm going to leave you alone, mate. I'm trying to get into a zone and it's really far away. I don't have time for a skirmish. I really don't. I'll have a fight when we all get up into the circle. It's far away. It's like, yeah, still pretty far away. Yeah, you can kind of, some of them are solid and some of them are, they'll go flying. I don't think if there were other animes. There was also like a good range of cartoons and stuff. Like, I really liked a cartoon called Daria when I was growing up. That was really cool. It definitely like embodied like the 90s and shit. So I don't know how well that fares these days, but I rewatch it every so often. What else was there? There was Beyblade. Beyblade was weird. Beyblade was kind of cool in a weird way. I never really like fully followed it. I heard strange noises from Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so fantastic. Yu-Gi-Oh's like exaggeration to the maximum in every single person. Like, I remember somebody did like Yu-Gi-Oh! From the background characters idea. Like somebody did like a spin-off kind of fake series like that where they're like, you know, this giant dragon or something gets summoned and people in the background are like, oh yeah, people playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Playing that card game again kind of thing. And like it was just like a non-event and nobody was ever surprised or impressed that there were these giant like